So I finished Children of Ruin. It's the sequel to Children of Time. I already did a video on that, so check it out if you are curious. Now this is meant to be a sort of review without spoilers. In case you've read the book and you just want a deeper perspective and all that. Not really a deeper perspective, but a more, I guess, personal take to the story. Then yeah, check out the 30 days. The 30 days diary. More on that later. So Children of Ruin is, as I said, the sequel to Children of Time by Adrian Tchaikovsky. Basically picks up the story from where we moved off in the last book. In the last book, the spiders, these Portians and the humans, they clashed, they fought over this world, and they made a sort of peace, a sort of resolution to the conflicts. But that was as soon as the humans with a small h became humans with a capital H. So given that, and given Dr. Khan's rather weird assimilation into Portian culture, she becomes this sort of super artificial intelligence. Sort of, if you've read Christopher Paolini's To Sleep in a Sea of Stars, she becomes this sort of ship mind, but she's integrated in every part of Portian technology. Portian, well, these spiders, the name they give themselves is Portians, these sentient spiders. So a ship, or rather, well, a spaceship takes off from the planet. This planet is I always have such a weird picture of it in my mind. If you've read the description of it in Children of Time, then you know how weird it is. I just can't imagine it. Anyway, they take off to explore the world. They want to see if any other sentient beings exist somewhere in space, or whether something else of the human empire that collapsed, whether something still remains, or maybe to find out whether Earth is still habitable. At least that's what I thought. I thought they were heading to Earth, but they were not. So they just explored space, and they stumble into a system that has not one, but two sentient species. There's a whole interesting story how it came to be. And once again, it seems that this species, one of them was propagated by humans, and the same virus that Dr. Khan unleashed upon the world of the Portians. At this point, it seems as though the human race died out, which is difficult to contemplate. So this book basically takes an examination at how it will be like if we actually met aliens. I mean, we are a good number of our species, a good number of people are obsessed with the idea of aliens and such and such. And this book, I guess, takes a closer look at that. What would happen if two species met, two species that are so completely different that we cannot communicate? That communication is impossible. What will happen? How will that situation play out? And is there a way any of this can be handled sufficiently? And also it takes a bit a closer look at sentience. I mean, what makes us human? Is it just the awareness? I guess it's just the awareness we have of ourselves to be like, to have a sort of answer to the question, who am I? And to even have the capability to think about that question. How do you describe yourself? I guess those are some of the questions that run through my mind when I think of this book. It's really curious, the idea of self and how we internalize it and how we think about it. Whew. I'm not being very... I'm not expressing this well. So yeah, I guess that's just it. That's my spoiler-free review of Children of Ruin. I can't really talk about plot, pacing, all that, the typical things you get off from, you know, a review, because I don't really have the capability or the skill to look at that. I don't really look at stories in that analytical way. I just experience them. So yeah, more on that. I guess I'll have more thoughts, and I'll talk about that in the 30 days. I guess I'll tease that along for the next 2 videos, and then I'll tell you what the 30 days is. But yeah, as part of it, there'll be a reading log, and in that reading log I'll talk about most of these things. Anyway, if I have anything else to talk about, maybe if I write an essay or something, I'll just put it on the channel. So yeah, that's it. Hope you read the book, though. Start with Children of Time. It's a great book. Daniel Green did a video on his channel a while back where he looked at writing through different media, or rather storytelling using different media, writing, video games, live action adaptations, and such and such. And as a point to one of the good things about writing, as in writing itself as a media, is that it's not limited. You can describe anything, you can express anything, which is mind-blowing, really. And I think Children of Time and Children of Ruin, this series by Adrian Tchaikovsky, really expresses that, because these spiders, these potids, the way they are described makes them feel very, very human. I mean, in my mind's eye, I can't process the idea of spiders. I mean, eight-legged furry creeps. I don't like spiders much, but I can still form a sort of identity, a sort of firm idea of who they are. They have individuality. They seem real people. Although I can't really take that leap and say, wow, these are eight-legged freaks. So that's it. Like, subscribe, give the video a comment or something. Tell me whether you've read this book. I'm really curious. And some of the things, if you have read it, I'm curious some of the things the book made you think about. Well, that's it. See you in my next video. Ciao.